Today we're going to be dealing with the drive shaft, which is supposedly short. Well, actually the car's drive shaft, not mine. Well, as you see here, the drive shaft is missing. You know, I had a few viewers actually say, hey, your drive shaft's too short. And at first I was like, well, you know, hey, I need some room, you know, for the suspension to go up and down, all that stuff. Again, you know, I've never built a car like this. I don't know what the drive shaft specifications are supposed to be. I'm supposed to just order it and it's supposed to be correct. And so, you know, I kind of downplayed it a little bit. And then all of a sudden after about 2 or 3 people chimed in, I'm like, all right, time for me to look into this. And sure enough, it was short. Factory 5 said it was short. And so they wanted me to go get it extended. And that's what I did. So I had to remove it, and I sent it off to the place to get extended. And once it comes back, we'll see what we're going to do with it. So as you see, it's a little time later, and we still don't have a drive shaft here. I got the drive shaft back, and it's, you know, it wasn't really painted that well. It looks pretty bad. And so I'm going to remove all the paint, get that started, and kind of get this thing redone before I put it in. Now the other thing, and the reason why I'm sitting here and not showing you the drive shaft, is, you know, I'm routing my cables in this area, and you can see I have a hole right there. I was trying to figure out what would be a good way to, you know, mount all this stuff against the wall and still be rubber isolated. And then I came up with the idea of actually taking one of the rubber clamps that, you know, is like a loop, and just flattening it out and using 2 of them. And then I got this nice rubber area that I could have on both sides holding this thing again against the wall. And so before I go to install the new drive shaft, the extended one, I need to kind of drill all those holes and get that all ready to do, you know, set up and installed, if you will. But I'm going to keep the wires down because I need the space to get that drive shaft in there. And that's the other thing I'm worried about is once this thing's all painted, you know, how do I protect this thing? Because I got this thing and I got this area here, and I got the edge of the actual, you know, the rear end there that this thing's banging into when you're trying to get this thing installed. And it's a tight space. And now that it's 1 inch longer, it's going to be even worse. It was hard to begin with, how it was before. So I need to wrap this thing or do whatever I can to make sure that we're not banging it up, but also not taking space away from these, you know, tight angles that we need to actually make. Like, you know, last thing I want to do is put 1 inch padding and take away 1 inch of room for me to get this drive shaft in. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I don't have to actually drop the suspension of the car to get this thing in and then bring it back up. That's something I really do not want to do. So I got to figure out a system for that. And I don't know. We'll go from there.
flip back your way?
I can't. I'm kind of pinned. There we go.
It's kind of like not lining up yet.
Okay.
It's so close.
I could go higher. How about that? I'm high now.
Okay. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
It's in.
Okay, I need it all the way.
There you go. Look at that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I need one of those bolts.
It's in.
Well, that literally was, I'm not joking, 10,000% easier than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I thought when we extended this an inch,
Yeah.
it was a nightmare before.
Uh-huh.
I thought this was going to be impossible.
Okay.
I thought we were going to have to take the rear end off.
Huh?
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like it
Holy
was.
crap, dude.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, this is going to suck.
Yeah.
So I had a real struggle getting the original drive shaft in the car. I mean, it was brutal. And it was really easy to like scrape it and beat it up and all that stuff. Well, of course, this thing's been extended like an inch and a quarter. And so now I'm like, this is going to be a nightmare. I might have to actually drop the rear end to get this thing in because there was just no room. And you know, I taped everything up. I even protected, which is still on there, the with like a, I don't know, cardboard paper, whatever you use, like from Michael's. The key to getting this thing in is actually to take the rear end of this thing and put it above the actual differential. Once you do that, you can get the proper angle to slide this thing in correctly, and then you can bring it back down. And so between the three of us, we were able to do this in like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it was. Like I was expecting that I was going to just have to drop the whole rear end and everything. That was going to be really brutal, and it went in perfectly. So, and way faster than it ever has the multiple times that I've put the drive shaft in. So I'm ecstatic about that because there's only so much my back and neck can handle being under a car struggling trying to get this thing in. So I'm really happy about that. Everything's a go. I got the holes drilled to actually clamp down all the cables to keep them off the drive shaft to make sure they don't get entangled. I just need to get bolts for that, and then I'll cinch that up and that will be good to go. And I also got the new battery cable because the original one was short. And now this is like a perfect length that I could route it any way I want and, you know, tie it up and it's good to go. So a lot of good things, you know, some you know, structural things in a sense, or baseline things that needed to be done are done now. And yeah, so until next time, have a great day.